Hi guys and welcome to this week's video. Today we will be doing a first impressions on the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation. Now this came out quite a while ago in the United States, but it only came out on the 1st of September in the UK. I bought this on the 1st of September and it's now the 4th, but I've been at work so I haven't been able to sit down and properly open it and appreciate it, so I thought I'd do it today because it's the day off. Now this foundation says that it is a full coverage long wear matte finish waterproof and oil free, mouthful. It cost me £27 and I bought it from Debenhams, which is where Urban Decay is stocked in the UK. I am the shade 2.0. There are lots of shades. I'm not sure how many shades there are. I will put something here about that because basically they were really busy because it was the launch, so they just say I'm going to be doing a full face of makeup because it's my day off and I had another video to film, and then I'm going to potter around the house, so it's not really going to get its full potential, I feel like, today. So I'm also going to wear it tomorrow, which is a work day. I have a full day at work in a very hot and sweaty environment, which is kind of like a club but less fun because it's a coffee shop. But whatever, I'm going to be able to get that sort of like all-nighter effect on it, so we'll see and then we'll review it at the end of tomorrow. That I am not going to apply any primers and I'm not going to apply any setting spray, just to see how it wears and sits on my face doing the whole waterproof thing, because it actually looks like it might rain today, so we might be able to test the waterproof thing out. So I'm going to open it up. This is the first time that I have opened it. It does say shake well before use. Obviously I've seen the packaging because I bought them in store. But it's the classic Urban Decay silver. It's going along the lines of the Vice. So it's still got that crackledy effect, which looks really cool. So let's get applying because I've chatted for long enough. So I'm shaking. Phone's going off. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 pumps when it comes out. Get that air pump going. Oh no! Oh, here it comes. 1, 2. This is all she said that I needed, so let's get applying. Feels quite thick. Definitely is full coverage. And I did go for a shade lighter than she said for me to go for my skin now, but I know what my skin's like and I know that my skin lightens up quite a lot. But I think it's still a pretty good match. I think this is going to be perfect for my winter skin. It's applying really, really quickly. It's not taking a lot of blending or buffering to get into my skin, which is nice. And it definitely is full coverage. I mean, I always have a little bit of problems with here because Irish skin. Feels very, very lightweight on my skin. Doesn't feel heavy like when you put MAC foundations on. I've only ever bought one from MAC foundation in my life, but that really felt heavy. This feels nice. Doesn't feel drying either for a matte foundation. So there we have it. That is the first application, and yeah, I am really impressed. I think the colour actually suits me a lot better than we feared in the shop. And I'm going to let this sink into my face a little bit, apply the rest of my makeup, and then I will join you to see how it feels after it's settled in a little bit. I freaking love it so far. The coverage is beautiful. It's that sort of full coverage that doesn't look like you have got a lot of makeup on. I think possibly you could layer this even though it says don't. But yeah, so far I'm like, oh, if I was going out I might apply another layer, very, very thin one. But yeah, literally I've put some concealer underneath my eye. I haven't powdered it, anything like that. So I'm going to go and do the rest of my day, which is now going to include buying a new bin. Exciting. And then we will catch up probably in a couple of hours, or maybe at the end of the day, I don't know. I can't make any promises. So I'm back. It's been on for about 2 hours now. Just a little check-in. The forehead is looking fabulous, apart from this little spot here, but whatever. I'm noticing a little bit of shine on my nose and a little bit under my eyes, but then I didn't set this foundation at all. I just wanted to see how it performed as a individual product. So it's doing pretty well. The chin's holding up well, and it has oxidized very slightly, so it now pretty much perfectly matches my face, but I don't tan that much anyway, so I'm not that worried about that. But all in all, we're still looking peachy. Hi, so we are back and we're going to do part 2 of trying the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation that came out last week. It has been a couple of days since I wore it. I did it on Sunday and it's now Wednesday, but work got in the way, but now I thought it's a good time to do it because I've got a late start. So I'm going to do it how I would do it on a night out. So I'm going to properly prime it, properly set it, and all of that shebang. So to start with, I'm going to use the Professional from Benefit. It's just a little tester one which I'm trying to use up before I buy the big one again. So my skin hasn't changed that much since Sunday. Still got a bit of a problem area here, and I've got an annoying white spot here, which it's from like my glasses or something, I'm not really sure. So for consistency, I'm going to use the same brush as I used before, and still use 2 pumps. And we're just going to see how it sits with a primer and whatnot. Because work is so hot at the moment. Where I work doesn't have aircon, so it kind of simulates the feeling of being in a club. Because I'm walking around a lot, I'm using a lot of actions and whatnot. So see, it's perfectly covered this little problem area already, and it blends so nicely. I found with other foundations which are heavy duty that you have to really buff it and blend it in, but I am super impressed with this foundation. See, actually 1.5 pumps probably would do my face, but I'm just going to blend it into my neck, into my ears as well. Watching American Horror Story in the background, if you can see that. I'm trying to rewatch them all before the next season starts, because that's super soon, like 9 days I think, so challenge accepted. So that's the layer of foundation done. I'm not going to do 2 layers because I just don't think it needs it. I did consider doing it, but I just don't think it needs it, especially once you've got all the concealer and stuff like that on. So I'm going to do my concealer. I'm going to set it with a powder. I'm just using 17 matte Miracle Matte Loose Powder. I use the shade, I don't know, does this even have shades? I don't think it does, but it's the fair one if it does. And my concealer is going to be Pro Concealer from LA Girl in Porcelain. So I'm going to do that, do the rest of my face, and yes, catch up with me afterwards. Okay, makeup done. It was a bit rushed, sort of time went away with me, so I'm just going to finish off setting it with NYX Matte Finish Long Lasting setting spray. So I'm going to spray this all over my face, get ready for work, finally go, and then I'll check in probably on my lunch break and then at the end of the day. Does anyone else forget to take a breath before they say their face? Hi guys, we're back and it's the end of the day. It's now 6:30, so I did a full day at work and now I'm home. I didn't get a chance to film it at lunchtime, but actually my lunch was only 2 hours after I put the foundation on, so I didn't really see the point anyway. So I'm going to talk about how it wore in a hot and sweaty environment, i.e. my work, but also a club. So I have noticed that as a matte foundation, it did keep matte all day, but it has done a little separating trick on my nose, which isn't too bad in this lighting, but I did notice in the work toilets that it was starting to look quite blotchy, especially on my nose. On my forehead there was like a really random patch that was not there anymore, but then I managed to like blur it back in with my fingers, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, I think it's a great foundation for this sort of thing, but I would say possibly to touch up with powder or something like that. I actually think weirdly it wore better without a primer. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's because there's something greasy in here which is counteracting the matte in there. I don't know, I'm not a scientist. So yeah, I'm just going to chill for the rest of the evening and then I will do a full summary review in the morning. So, this video is taking so long to film. So it's time to summarise what I think of the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation. I really like this foundation. I didn't think I was ever not going to like it, otherwise I wouldn't have spent £27 on it. So I knew I was going to like it, but I was really impressed with it. So the pros of this foundation is a little does go a long way. 2 pumps easily did my face and my neck, and it didn't take a lot of work to get into the skin. I noticed today I went back to wearing my 2 combined Maybelline Fit Me foundations and I noticed that I was buffing for quite a long time to get it to sit evenly and to like even just spread over my face. This one did that really quickly. Another pro would be the colour. This is personal to me, so the colour suited me really well and it adapted quite nicely as well. So it went on quite pale, but once it oxidised it actually suited me perfectly. One of the cons, okay, so I can't really help the price and it is like a sort of luxury brand, so £27 for a foundation that you're going to wear every day is a lot of money, but for someone who usually has to combine 2 colours anyway, it's kind of not that expensive for me. I wouldn't wear this every day, but I definitely would wear it on a night out. That is another con though, is the fact that it did start to slip and move around my face, but weirdly it did feel quite cool on my face. Like my face didn't feel as hot and as oily. Like these ones can feel quite oily on my skin after a while. This one didn't. I weirdly felt cool on my face. It was a very weird thing. I was like walking around work like, why isn't my face hot? And that's the only thing I could think it was. Another con would be that, again this is personal, is I prefer a squeezy tube to a plunger. This one, it shouldn't break, but I don't know, I've just had bad experiences. So all in all, I really enjoyed this foundation. I probably will be repurchasing it when this one runs out. And yeah, I think it is worth the price tag. Save up, use your beauty points or whatever, and invest, because yeah, it's definitely better than MAC, and I haven't tried the Benefit ones, but you know, it's along those price tags, but I just think this is an amazing foundation. So good one, Urban Decay. If you like this video, then please give me a big thumbs up, and if you really like this video, then please hit subscribe down below. I'm still trying to do 1 video a week, but this one took ages to film, so I might not have another one for a while. But anyway, until next time, bye!